up, wishing y'all can pass me. Run it up, step in, I'm moving out.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Nelly Nell from Hoopin' Life. We have a big heater for today's sneaker review. These bad boys right here are the Nike Kybrid S2s. Wait, what? What are those? Some of y'all might know these as the Nike Kyrie Hybrid S2s, based off its predecessor, the Kyrie Hybrid S1s. But nah, they combined the name now. These are officially called the Nike Kybrid, you know, like Kyrie Hybrid, combine the two together, Kybrid S2s. This is the successor of the Kyrie Hybrid S1s, which was a mashup of the Kyrie 1s, 2s, and 3s, which unfortunately I wasn't able to get my hands on a pair. But these, I am super excited to talk about these with y'all, man. Like, I was so stoked to pick up these bad boys right here. As some of y'all might already know or guessed it, the Kybrid S2 features elements of the Kyrie 4s, 5s, and 6s. Starting with the outsole and midsole of the 4s, the front part of the upper resembles the 5s, while the back part and the heel takes elements of the 6s. There are so many cool and crazy and different types of detailings on this shoe that it's ridiculous. So many that, well, here's a montage. Just by the aesthetics, to me, the Kybrid S2s already definitely look better than, you know, the Hybrid S1s. Man, I swear, man, this is kind of confusing saying the Kybrid S2s and then the Hybrid S1s. But y'all know what I'm saying, man. The Kybrid S2s aesthetically looks way more pleasing than, you know, the Hybrid S1s. Those I wasn't really big of a fan of, you know. Maybe that's also why I didn't want to cop a pair. But anyways, the most important part about this shoe is the elements that it's made up of. Like I said, it features the elements of the previous 3 models, the 4s, 5s, and 6s, where all 3 of Kyrie's last signature shoes have all been phenomenal hoop shoes. If y'all haven't already seen the sneaker reviews for those, make sure to check those out. The Kyrie 6s are currently one of my favorite go-to hoop shoes that I have in my rotation. I wear them in my Pro League games and I have a bunch of colorways in them. Believe me, the Kyrie 6s are one of the top hoop shoes of this year. They make you slide on defense really fast.
Nelson Chan Joseph Lin and Nelson with a steal.
They give you a super fast first step. They give you extra range on your shot. And they make you jump super high. Going back to the Kybrid S2s, there is also a red, white, and blue tie-dye pair out in some places. But here I have the black pair, which I think looks way better. Like, I mean, way better. Like, way better. I mean, tell me these just don't look super tough. All right, I've been hyping up the shoe too much with this aesthetics, but how does the performance of this combo mashup between the 4, 5s, and 6s fare in the hooping performance aspect? Let's find out. As always, we're gonna start off with the traction. Kybrid S2s took the outsole of the Kyrie 4, which consists of a very aggressive multi-directional herringbone traction pattern. The outsole also has a flex groove that has a zigzag cutout along the bottom for enhanced flexibility. Whereas the sides of the soles are curved above and into the midsole to enable smooth transitions. Traction is pretty inconsistent, just like the 4s. On a good or clean court, these grip the floor really well. Whereas anything to a mildly dusty court or worse, at times you're gonna have some issues of slipping and sliding. I personally like the traction on the Kyrie 6s a lot more. I think those are one of the best, you know, tractions in the Kyrie line. Heck, I mean, even the 5s traction was kind of better than the 4s. All I'm saying is with these, just be ready to do some wiping. As for materials, the Kybrid S2 consists of a combination of a textile upper and engineered mesh, a mix of the 5s and 6s. The materials feel nice, especially the engineered mesh. It's soft and flexible and requires no break-in time. I would say the materials on the Kybrid S2s are pretty solid. You got the front part of the shoe having elements of the Kyrie 5s, while, you know, the back panel is the Kyrie 6. You know, like I said, pretty flexible, pretty nice, you know, feels good on your feet. The back, very padded, you know, feels nice on your feet. One bad thing about the shoe is the breathability. This shoe has no ventilation at all. Due to the fly trap shroud that wraps over the top of your foot, and with the heavy, thick, you know, ankle collar in the back, your feet are gonna be steaming after hooping in these. They gonna be steaming so much, like a fresh batch of, you know, hot and fresh Xiaolong Baos. For all y'all who don't know what that is, go Google what that is. And if you haven't ate one of those before, I suggest y'all go out and eat some of that. But besides the lack of ventilation, the materials in terms of feel and comfort, I would say these are pretty Gucci. For support and lockdown, it has the Venus Flytrap overlay containment system from the Kyrie 5s, integrated with fly wires to clamp down over your midfoot to give you excellent lockdown. It has a plush padded collar that gives you a secure ankle conforming fit and also supports your Achilles tendon. This may be a hot debate, but I think I like, you know, the Flytrap containment system rather than, you know, the strap on the Kyrie 6. I think this does a way better job of containing your entire, you know, midfoot rather than just one strap, where I feel like this is a better containment system in terms of, you know, lockdown and support. Good thing about the elements from the 6s is the heel counter in the back. It really locks in your ankles, keeping you agile on the court, giving you the freedom to make multi-directional movements and cuts. And taking elements of the outsoles of the Kyrie 4s, they have the elevated traction that rises above the midsole, which gives support for lateral movements where your foot does not roll over. As for cushioning, the Kybrid S2 has a lightweight Cushlot midsole with Zoom Air cushioning in the heel that's soft and responsive. Oh God, man. Zoom in the heel and none in the forefoot. Man, Nelly's worst enemy in terms of cushion. I mean, the cushion setup on the 4s weren't bad, but it ain't good like the 5s and 6s, man. Like, just put the Zoom unit in the forefoot. I mean, I'm more of a forefoot player, and I'm sure most of y'all are too, because we all be making most of our movements on the forefoot. I mean, Nelly, why are you even complaining, man? You are getting some impact protection in the back heel when you be landing. That's something, right? For the midsole, they have full-length Cushlon foam that's very responsive and has good heel-to-toe transition. I mean, the cushion is quite responsive on these. You'll feel a little bit bouncy, but with these, you are gonna be low to the ground where you're gonna get a lot of court feel, where you're gonna feel pretty quick in these. As far as comfort and size fit goes, they run true to size. So whatever sizes you guys got in the previous models, the 4s, 5s, and 6s, I would say, you know, stick to those, because they would fit very similar. Fitment is really good in these. You know, the shroud wraps around your foot really well, where, you know, the ankle collar really hugs, you know, your back, Achilles, and your ankles, you know, really well. You're just gonna get a really good snug fit, especially, you know, if you tie the laces pretty tight. As far as comfort goes, I would say, you know, they're pretty solid, man. They get the job done. They're not super, you know, premium comfort quality, but, you know, hey, they're not bad. You know, they're not the worst. They're not terrible. Like I said, they get the job done. As far as pricing goes, the Kybrid S2s will retail for around $130 to $140. Where I'm at, I got these for an equivalent of, if we're gonna convert it back to US dollars, I think they were like $135. So I think right in the middle. I mean, the Kyrie 6s were $130, so I think these might get a $10 bump. You know, because it's like, you know, more special because it's a mashup between the 4, 5, and 6s. So I won't be surprised if these, you know, drop for $140, which is not a bad price. I think whether it's $130 or $140, I think this is a really good price point for a really good performance hoop shoe, you know, compared to, you know, some of the more expensive and higher price range, you know, hoop shoes. I think $130 or $140, you know, is pretty solid. The Kybrid S2s have yet to release in the States, but I'm sure they'll be releasing pretty soon, maybe within the next couple of weeks or within the next month for sure, I think. So make sure to stay tuned. And for my overall rating, I'm gonna give the Nike Kybrid S2s a score of 4 out of 5. I like the combinations of the 5s and the 6s, you know, the back heel, the materials. But as far as, you know, the cushion and the traction, you know, it took the outsole and midsole of the Kyrie 4s, whereas I felt like, you know, those weren't the greatest, you know, components of the shoe. Traction was very inconsistent, and, you know, cushioning is not the greatest, but it's not bad, but, you know, it could be better. I think this would have been a perfect shoe if they swapped the outsole with the outsoles of the 6s and, you know, used the cushioning from the 5s or the 6s. Like, I mean, they should have just fused the Kyrie 5s and the Kyrie 6s rather than, you know, using the 4s. Like on some Dragon Ball type fusion stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when Trunks fused with Goten, or, you know, when Vegeta fused with Goku. Like, I mean, there's only 2 characters or 2 characteristics that, you know, fuse, man. They're like, they don't take 3 things to fuse together, all right? Because that's just weird. All jokes aside, you know, whether this is a combination of 2 shoes or 3 shoes, the Kybrid S2s is still a really good performance hoop shoe, and I would recommend it, especially for, like, you know, smaller guards or like wing players. I mean, even like agile and nimble, like bigger hoopers can like rock with these. As far as the big hoopers, y'all might have to look for something else. Man, I was really excited, and you know, I was content on the performance aspect of the Kybrid S2s. Like I said, it had a lot of good components, you know, from, you know, certain aspects of, you know, the previous models. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Hope you guys enjoyed that sneaker review on the Nike Kybrid S2s. Let me know down in the comment section below, what were some of your thoughts on the Kybrid S2s? For all of my Team Early people, if y'all have the Kybrid S2s, you know, what were some of your thoughts on them? You know, if you hooped in them, do you guys like them? Do you guys dislike them? And for everyone who had, you know, the previous model, the Kyrie Hybrid S1s, do you guys like those? How do you compare those with these? Or just even if you compare the 4s, 5s, and 6s, if any of you guys have any of those Kyries, how do you guys like them? Just leave all of your thoughts in your comments, you know, down below. I'll try to, you know, discuss it with you guys down there. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, join the fam. You know, we post a lot of dope content, sneakers, basketball, everything related. Give this video a like, it goes a long way. Make sure to check out the other sneaker reviews after this. Follow your boy on social media. I post a lot of dope content on there as well. And until next time, it's your boy Nelleon from Hoopin' Life, and I'm out. Peace.
Nice beat, give it up. Thinking these women they excite me. Give it up, wishing y'all can pass me. Run it up, stepping, I'm moving at high speed. Yeah.